Hello everybody. I'm back everybody. What's going on? It's been a while since I've actually done a commentary on this game. I've been pretty busy, as everyone has known, and also as well as you guys will see through the video, I've had some better quality because I am now on a PS5 instead of a PS4, so better quality overall, and also produce some more try to produce more content. Sorry that I do sound a little bit all muffled. I'm pretty sick right now, actually. I've had a runny nose lately, so in today's video, I'm going to provide you some F122 content, and it's some open lobby madness. As you can tell right now, we are actually in Silverstone, getting ready, getting ready for a wet race here. As the 5 lights are underway, we're actually underway. These clips have been recorded around New Year's time. It's just been a while since I could get the video uploaded, as we actually make contact with our teammate there as we get hit by the Alpha Tower, and there we go. As we take a little spin out there and we get back on the power. Yeah, but this was actually my first race on multiplayer this year. I really barely play multiplayer, so this is my first time actually like playing it. I did a league race, but that was about, I want to say, early September, and I really haven't touched ever since, because I've been playing some other games. Obviously, when I couldn't upload anymore, it was definitely a struggle, mainly because I couldn't figure out how to actually upload the clips, and then eventually the thing started working, and then I can now upload the clips, so it felt pretty good. As you can tell, we're actually up to P11 now in the Red Bull. And it's like I said, first race on, and of course it has to be a wet race, so a bit struggled, as we did put on a Silverstone wet setup, so it was pretty easy to kind of gain him up from the field. As everybody kind of knows as well, well, not everybody knows, but obviously I did the career mode, and the career mode for my team actually didn't save when I went to the PS5, so that's why I kind of scrapped career mode. So I'm going to try to provide some other content. I'm going to try to switch it up too and do some more GT racing as well. You can see we're actually going around the outside of Adri in the Ferrari. Ferrari gets back on us, and we spinala in the gravel. Very good. Get back on the track. And it's a little snap there, as we're back to our normal form of spinning out every weekend. But no, I mean, and there it goes again. That's not great. I'll make the excuse again. It was the first race back online, so that's my only excuse for today. We actually didn't reset the track. I don't know why. I think we were just pretty annoyed for how we were racing, so it wasn't very helpful for us. But yeah, so these things happen. Definitely was a struggle though, this race, and I'll say it again. It is a pain to drive these new cars still. It is now January, and I still struggle to lay down the power. Mainly, I mean, I don't do it as much anymore. I think it's more just multiplayer that I just struggled a lot with putting it down, because I only did 3 races, and then I just decided to do 11. Actually, we're going to have a good battle here for P16 with Gustavo. I don't even know how to pronounce that name, but he's all over the place. He's glitching everywhere. We're actually dumping some overtake here. As you can see, we're going to go around Cops. As he goes a little bit wide, we're actually going to get ahead. We actually get P16 from this man. As now we actually, sorry, I had to do a pause there. My software glitched up or something like that. But rest of the race, we pull a 2-second gap. Pace wasn't actually that bad. We're still struggling to lay down the power. As well, obviously, of course, the first race has to be a wet race, so it actually doesn't help at all. We get a yellow flag. I don't know who that is from, but yeah, we're just carrying on as much as we can. This setup honestly wasn't that bad. I've been playing a lot of career mode just in my spare time. I did a driver career and do another my team, but I've been like figuring out more setups. This setup is relatively new. But the other, I think, when we get to the last race, I have a really old setup on, and that was definitely the death of me. We'll get to that after we do these couple of races, but you can see going to third gear here. We're on the final lap actually of this race. Trying to lay down the power once again. A little bit half throttle there as we lose it again. And I think right there, folks, that's what we call a rage quit. Yeah, we retire from the session. We're P16. We're out of the points, so we're not going to get anything from it. Speaking of that, that lobby actually got kicked out from the host. So we go to a 25% race at Imola, as we're actually in the AlphaTauri this time. So 16 lap race around here in Imola. No rain today, thank God. So we're going to go for a soft to medium strategy. And we're going to see what we can do the best out of that. Put a setup on as we get ready. There's our teammate right next to us. I don't know who that is, but here we go as we now approach the 5 red lights, and we are now underway for the Imola Romagna GP, as they call it, I believe. Honestly, apologies about that again. We had another pause, as you could tell. Here we go back at the first lap. Actually up to P10. It's kind of a mess around here of Imola. It's actually during this break, Emilia Romagna. I got it right finally. My brain has been fried over the past like 3 weeks. And oh, that's a Ferrari in the wall. It's a big hit from him there. We have the 2 McLarens actually, or that's just 1 McLaren. Here's the Alpine right off. We now move over to P6 now. We're on the soft tires. Everyone else is kind of around the mediums. The Alpine is on the soft though behind us, so he's gonna be relatively quick as almost. Just want to let everyone know, do not touch that outside curb. You can easily spin that car right around. As nothing much more to say. But as you can tell, actually, we actually get a pretty good run around the chicane there, as we're gonna dump some more overtake on the 64% battery, as we're trying to overtake as much as we can. Yeah, the car actually didn't feel that bad around here. This is actually one of the newer setups I actually put on before the start of this race, as you can tell, as the Ferrari's actually in the pits, so I wonder if he got front wing damage or not, as we do a 125.1. Someone left the session. That's brilliant. 1.3 seconds. The Mercedes guy up in front, he's pretty quick. I don't think we will catch up to him, but it's still early in this race. We can see what we can do. The McLaren, I believe, disconnected and then reconnected. So we actually gained up on both the Red Bulls as we run a little bit wide there, as well as we go through the next couple of corners. He sets a 1 minute 18.9, but we actually go faster than him with a 1:18.6, so 3/10 up ahead of him. DRS isn't able to third lap, as I feel really confident in the car, except I've been making a little bit of mistakes. Actually, both Red Bulls actually collide there, as we now move up to the podium place, as now we have a guy in the Menace Red Bull up in front of us. So both Red Bull Honda powered cars are going to scrap it out maybe for P2, unless if this guy puts me into the wall, which he probably will do, but we do not think about that. As actually a VSC deployed. Actually, we got distracted too while we were doing that, so we actually took out the 150 and the 50 meter board. I'm not sure why I paused the game again. I think it was some sort of something fell and I got distracted, so that was not great. VSC still out here actually on lap 4, so VSC now ending finally, as we actually move up into P1, I believe. Everyone was kind of actually pitted, which we probably should have done, but we actually, at the drive-through. That was dumb by me. Once again, drive-through, we exceeded the delta limit by over 2/10, so that was not great. As speed up the clip over here on lap 5, so we actually have 3 laps to do the drive-through. So hopefully we'll do the drive-through first and then the pit stop, or hopefully we'll get another safety car as well. So I'm not really sure what we'll do, but so far we're actually going to just continue and carry on this race. On lap 5, speed up the clip a little bit. We're hitting our lines, we're hitting our braking point. As everyone, I don't know if everybody knows this, I'm actually playing on controller. So, or pad. Yes, I asked of the drive-through. So, um, I controller's pretty easy. Once again, you're not turning the wheel, but it's hard to save um, from wheel spin and having and trying to protect yourself from a slide. So actually, I think no, we do the drive-through this time. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to do the drive-through first and then take the pit stop. So it's a pretty long pit stop lost here, as now the Red Bull or the Mercedes actually goes faster than us now. Um, so he moves on to P2. So our race is basically compromised at this point from that penalty. And honestly, we probably should have pitted when everyone else kind of did, but we decided to carry on as well. But now we'll finally come into the pit stop this time. Brake at the 50-meter board, or brake at 50 miles an hour, and we'll come into the pit lane. And I think we're gonna go to the mediums, as we should go on the mediums. Yeah, I'm not going on the hard tire. As we hit the mediums, and we are back, and hopefully we can see what we can do with about 10 laps to go. So at this point, it's just kind of carrying on in this 25% race around Imola. Teammate came into the pits as well. He pitted for the soft tire. He was actually on the soft tire, as we really have no traffic in front of us. So now we just got to warm up the tires and get back, and hopefully we can see if we can catch up to the Alpines and the Red Bulls, Seabass and Scooby. We can see if we can catch up. Scooby actually has a 5-second penalty, as we actually are gaining the gap from him as well, as there is a Red Bull and a McLaren scrap going around, going up to the front. As I'm surprised the guy didn't put on strict corner cutting penalties, because man, as actually oh no, safety car actually comes out. That's not great. But fast forward clip as well. We're looking at what everybody kind of pitted for. Now lap 8 of 16. I don't know what we're thinking. I think we're actually going to pit for a new set of softs. We actually did the stint on the mediums, and I think that's what we're going to do. We're actually going to pit for softs. Everyone else is doing it, so I'm going to go on that train. I'm going to pit for soft tires, and we're going to see what we can do here. With about 6 laps to go, depending on what time we go back, green flag racing. Pit for the softs, good pit stop, clean pit stop as we now get back underway. As the Alfa Romeo actually does a pit of Mario. Don't know if the Mercedes is going to pit either, but I guess we'll find out. As I don't think he's going to pit. As actually, there's actually an Alpine, and actually the Scooby's out too. So there is some sort of collision down at the chicane. We'll get there eventually, as we're 9 of 9 runners. Oh, that's an Alpine in the wall. That's Scooby. Don't know if he took out the Mercedes or not, but he took out someone, I want to say, as this safety car is now ending. As I haven't actually never did this broadcast as safety car, so it was kind of new to me. As it looks like someone lost the front wing. I don't know if that was the Red Bull or the Ferrari, but we have an Alfa Romeo of Mario, who is in. He's got bad connection, or he's paused. I ain't even gonna say he's paused. As we actually now we're gonna go back for green flag racing. As the guy actually slows down the field, he pulls the Max Verstappen. He doesn't want to get everybody slipstream. We're now back underway. We're gonna dump as much overtake as we can, going down into turn number 1. As Seabass going down the inside of the Ferrari as much as he can. As we actually take the sausage, which we probably shouldn't do anymore, because that sausage could lead to bad things. As we actually get past Jack Stewart. Once again, as we now are going to try to carry on and catch up to Seabass and the Red Bull. Seabass actually was pretty quick on those medium tires, and he had some pretty good pace as well. He was relatively one of the quicker guys. I was looking actually at the lap times, and he was relatively quicker. This Alpine 2 behind us, he was actually really quick as well. But I think we can actually get these guys. They don't seem too quick, but I think we're a lot quicker than them, so we'll see what we can do as much as we can, as he takes a lot of curb there. Also took a lot of that sauce as we actually dump overtake, trying to get around Seabass as much as we can. We actually break a little bit earlier than Seabass as well. We try to boot back out of it. That's not our fight, as we're not going to dump more overtake again and see if we can line him up into the main straight as well. As dump some more overtake, break at the 50-meter board. Actually the 150-meter board. I forgot the other two actually cut out. get easy on the power, and once again a little bit of wheel spin there is actually I think that's the Red Bull swerving all over the place, pulling a Max Verstappen jokingly, or he's pulling a Fernando Alonso actually, because I remember he did that at Canada. As they're now side by side up there for first place, I see who's going to actually come out in front. The Red Bull actually does. We take more sausage again as we go fifth gear once again through that corner, trying to limit the wheel spin as well. That was a costly mistake from us here. That was bad. Once again, we got the rotation, and the rotation's been really good through these corners. Once again, this setup really helped me a lot, trying to just close the gap on Seabass as much as we can. On going down to fifth gear once again, we actually hit that outside curb once again. Very, very easy to spin out on that outside curb. I learned the hard way. I just trust me, I've learned the hard way a lot, especially with the newer cars when they're much lower. I feel like it's very easy to spin out a lot in this game. Seabass actually runs wide again, so that's not very good, as he's actually got a 3-second penalty now, as the Mercedes as well. He's 7 seconds behind. He actually had a 3-second penalty. Sorry about that. I had a 8 before I came. We hit the gravel trap, as I think the Alpine is going to get a good run on us here. We go down the main straight, we're jumping overtake. We're actually on 3% battery, as the Alpine has gotten ahead of us with 3 laps to go. This is very, very fun, as the Red Bull and the Ferrari are actually going at it again still. They're actually batting a lot, as now it's actually a 5-car battle for P1. This is going to be an amazing finish. We actually try to just keep the gap. We're trying to stay behind and try to pounce when we can on these guys. Let's see what goes down at the chicane. The Ferrari actually spun out and hit the back of the Alpine, as we now move up into P4. So now it's a 4-car battle for the win. That Ferrari may catch up though, as now the Seabass and the Red Bull is actually now charging his battery, and I believe he dumped a bunch of overtake on the Menace Red Bull, as well as actually he cuts the chicane, as we do not, as we actually bounce out of this one as much as we can. It's actually, there's a crash up there, and we get collected. Unlucky. That's unlucky. Another DNF for today. Yeah, we had a pretty good car today. That race. So, and this is Brazil for the final race of this video. This was actually one of the better races, but not for me personally, but for just the battling, as actually we do make a mistake and we actually spin out. As like I said before, this was the track that actually I forgot to change the setup. I ran my old setup and I thought it was the right setup and it wasn't, so I struggled a lot in this race, and you'll see why. Turn 1, it was a nightmare for me the entire race. We just had so much understeer going through those corners, and you'll see it through this final race, but still we can try to see what we can do in this race. New players obviously joined. Everyone else kind of left after that race. The sweaty Mercedes guy, I believe, is in second place as ARS. I think he was in the last race before. And actually 5 lights, and we are now back underway in Brazil. Here's the McLaren going slow, as Red Bull going slow, as we now pounce down. As actually we have 2 cars actually off. That's the AlphaTauri and the Mercedes. As we get bumped off, as now we cut the chicane, take the little escape road, as now the McLaren pounces ahead of us in P7, as we now try to dump as much overtake as we can. It's actually a broken front wing, is actually that's the Alpine that's made contact. I believe a Red Bull and a Mercedes actually broken front wing, as safety car I believe is VSC actually, and we actually lost a place to the McLaren unless he passed us illegally. We'll find that out in a minute. I think he passed us illegally. Yeah, he did. Okay. I didn't know if he did or not. I lost count. VSC now ending once again, as this is one of the trickiest part of the track here, trying to lay down the powers. As you can see right there, he actually laid that power ahead of us. We should have lowered the tire pressures. Now we made contact with the McLaren, which was not very great. Apologies to the McLaren there, as we now coast through the AlphaTauri. So that was not fun. XXL Mongo sets the fast lap of the race now, and now the oh, the AlphaTauri actually coming to the pits, hit us right off, as that could have been a deadly collision here. As we're now up to P5 now, and there's the understeer I was talking about. We could not get the rotation in as well compared to everybody else. That we're surrounded by both Williams cars as well. We're gonna dump overtake. We're gonna go down the inside of Senna here, the GOAT of Formula 1, as we now break a 100-meter board and we now go down into 4th gear. Tricky exit through that corner as well. I struggled a lot during that exit as well. Trying to see what we can maximize out of this race. Lap 2 now of this race. Ahead of both the Williams, as now we're going to try to see if we can catch up to the Aston Martin. The XSL Mongo guy, he joined the lobby. He's pretty quick, I'm going to say. He had a pretty fast race car too. Oh, there we go once again, another spin. We hit the reverse, we didn't even mean to do that. Oops. As, yeah, definitely do not hit that curb going around that long right-hander. As safety car actually came out as well. I think it was for a crash. As fast forward the clip, safety car now in this lap. Senna is going to control the field as he actually catches us napping as we go back underway here in Brazil. As break a 100-meter board once again, and there's the understeer I was talking about. Could not get any rotation. I ran lower downforce. I was trying to change the downforce as much as I can, as we get called into pit on lap 12 now. But yeah, we just, once again, we might have a shot to actually get P1 here, but still we have some guy that pitted during the safety car, so actually be ahead of us. As we actually ran wide and we spin again. Oh my god, that's the 3rd spin, and it's another one. Oh my god.
8 seconds.
That's crazy. We spin again. Yeah, this was definitely not the race for me, but again, there's still time to catch up. And I'll say, and I'll make the excuses again, I don't play online. But we pit for the soft tires now on lap 8, so we're going to have to do a pretty long stint on the soft tire. As I think safety car actually came out. Yeah, safety car actually came out again. I believe, I think it was down the front stretch. I think 2 guys were playing dirty and they both crashed out, so that was very funny. Get past safety car. I try not to speed again, as we did speed again. We go back on our way here for the 3rd time the charm. Hopefully we'll see what we can do in this race. We're on the soft tire, so we can pounce a lot during this race. 2 guys actually ghosted out, as once again we have Dad in front of us in the Red Bull. Is actually, that was the best we actually got the rotation through there. I think during that pit stop we actually lowered some more front downforce. I think we put on some more downforce. I think I can't honestly remember. Like I said, these clips were recorded on New Year's, so it's 2 cars in the wall, or 2 cars that collide us. The Mercedes, as we get an illegal overtake. I don't know why we got that, as we cut the corner again. Dad and the NRV, the Williams now guys are battling it out. The Williams is actually going to be behind the Red Bull, going to get the slipstream. We actually get a pretty good slipstream as well, as they're going maybe go side by side. We almost made contact with them. But here is the sweaty Mercedes guy. We finally get to have a race with him. Yeah, that Williams must have lost control there through that sector. As now we're going to have to fight with Dad as well. We did get a 5-second penalty. I don't know. I think we got that. Oh, you know what? I think we got the 5 seconds from. I don't think we handed back the position. I don't think. I think the guy like spun out, and I was not going to wait that long. I think, I can't remember, unless the 5-second penalty showed up, I couldn't remember. But now we're going to dump some overtake here, as the Mercedes guy is actually behind us, 3/10 behind us now, as we're going to actually dump overtake on Dad here. We get amazing slipstream now, as we're going to dummy and we're going to go around the outside now of him. The ARS finally named on the lap 14 of this race. We're going to go around the outside once again. We actually get very good rotation through that corner, as we now get ahead of Dad, but now we're going to have to try to defend from him, unless if the Mercedes is going to fight him out. The Mercedes does fight him out here, concerning on lap 15. The tires are now at 26%. That's not great, so the Mercedes guy finally gets past him, but now we have a battle with him. No overtake left, so we brake a little bit earlier than he does. He actually gets around the outside of us. We actually hit the grass there as well. Pounce a little bit on the exit as well. He's actually P2 in this race. We actually are fighting for the podium, but the Red Bull behind us, he's actually pretty quick as well, as he actually has more overtake than us, than we do, as he's got some pressure tires as well. We almost cut him off there, as I believe we broke his front wing. I'm not sure. Apologize to that guy once again, but now they're going side by side through the next few corners. He pulls a Grosjean and crashes him out. As we now pull up into P2. What I meant by him pulling a Grosjean there, I think it was 2017 when Grosjean hit Ocon. That's what that reminded me of. But we're gonna get P2 in this race finally. A little bit of success from our side. Checker flag, P2 for us. Should have been P4, but I think it's actually now P3 because of the 5-second penalty. Actually no, it is P2. Looks like we beat him out by at that corner, so that was pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching this video. Yeah, sorry this was a little bit quick, and sorry this actually is a really long video. I try to get this out as much as I can, but I didn't have enough time to. But running out of time here. Hope everyone has a good day. I will provide more content coming up soon. Stay classy, stay safe everyone, and hallelujah.